Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur struggling to get web traffic that converts into paying clients? Stop wasting time and money. Discover how to position yourself as the go-to authority in your niche or industry. Infuse your wow website with the best unmarketing strategies and drive traffic to your website that converts to leads and clients. Listen to the Unmarket Your Business podcast today and watch as your ideal clients find you with ease. Let's head into the studio now with our hostess with the mostest, Carol J. Dunlop. Hey everyone, how are you? How are you doing this holiday season? Are you stressing yourself out? Are you taking it easy peasy? Do you have a lot of things to do, or are you being in control? I want you to be in control of your life, your health, your business, all of that good stuff, right? So I have a confession to make to you. For me, I had to kind of say no to something that I really, really wanted to do in a couple of days because I wasn't going to have the time. And as my previous guest, Lisa Figgins, said, you have time. So the question to ask is, what is it time for? So it wasn't time for the other thing I wanted to do, but it is time for this. And right now you're here for this excellent deep dive podcast episode about self-care and healthcare featuring Dr. Julee Hafner. And she's going to give you some great advice to keep your healthcare and self-care top of mind during the holidays, because we all need that, right? So while you have this downtime for the holidays, why not get your business set up for success in 2025? You need to get this masterclass that I've been talking about in the last couple of episodes that teaches you how to go from your freebie offering all the way up to selling a one-time offer. Just imagine people come to your website, they see something they want, they say, hey, I want this freebie that you got. They download the freebie and they have no inkling that on the other side of this freebie is something awesome and amazing that they could actually purchase. And you're presenting it to them and they're taking advantage of it and they're purchasing it. So someone who just came for something free, 0 payments, now they've actually purchased something from you and now you got some money in your pocket, right? So I teach you how to do all of that step by step in this masterclass. And it's called the Free to Upsell Masterclass. So you can get it by going to unmarketyourbusiness.com/free to upsell. That's free, the number 2, and then upsell. And guess what? You don't just get the masterclass, you also get 2 months in the Unmarketing Academy, so you can explore all 300 and more video trainings that I have there for you. So now it's tech time. The technology software that I have for you today is my favorite of all, I would have to say, besides StreamYard. But and I will showcase that at another time. But this is ActiveCampaign. So just imagine this: when someone comes to your website in the middle of the night because they are searching for a solution and they find you, and then they opt into your lead magnet. Okay, what's next? Who's going to send them that email? You're asleep, so it ain't going to be you, but somebody has to send them that thank you email, get their freebie to them, and also send them on the journey of nurturing emails. And that's not you because you're asleep, right? ActiveCampaign will do all of that for you. You can set up your automations, you can set up your flow, your nurturing emails, all of that stuff, so you don't have to think about it and you can rest easy at night, right? Because I love to wake up in the morning with I love to wake up in the morning with new subscribers and money in the bank. All right, so if you want a 14-day free trial of ActiveCampaign, all you need to do is go to csicorporation.com/ActiveCampaign. It's one word altogether, ActiveCampaign. So go ahead and get it, right? What's holding you back from hitting go on your marketing plan? Fear, being unsure, imposter syndrome, frustration? That stops now. What if I showed you how to reach your target audience and get them to buy? How to make social media marketing easy? How to understand the power of email marketing? And how to conquer your fear of putting yourself out there? What if I provided you with simple tools and techniques, easy to implement training that bring you clarity and give you the expertise and the know-how to convert marketing into money. Hey there, I'm Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist and 6-time best-selling author. I teach purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you to convert marketing into money. If you're a purpose-driven entrepreneur who's ready to stop allowing fear and frustration to keep you stuck and instead embrace clarity, authority, and expert instruction to convert your marketing strategies into money in the bank, then you need to join the Unmarketing Academy. In the Academy, you'll take a deep dive into the tools, techniques, and trainings that helped me and my husband to sustain our successful business in spite of the 2008 recession, 2 major health crises, and of course, the pandemic. The Academy is about replacing expensive, frustrating, and overwhelming marketing practices with simple, easy to implement marketing resources that get you in front of your target audience and get you paid. This Academy is for purpose-driven entrepreneurs who crave simple marketing strategies, coaches who need real-life trainings to take the overwhelm out of marketing, small business owners who are ready to conquer their fear of putting themselves out there, service providers who want to use social media and email marketing effectively, action takers who are ready to go live without fear. Marketing your business successfully takes work and marketing. Without marketing, they don't know you exist. If you're ready to convert your marketing into money, you need to join the Unmarketing Academy. Join the Unmarketing Academy today by going to unmarketyourbusiness.com/join. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump into the interview with Dr. Julee Hafner, and then meet me back here because I got some more goodies for you. All right, everyone, I want to welcome my very special guest, who's also my client and sometimes my confidant and sometimes my coach and a lot of times my friend, and that's Dr. Julee Hafner. So Dr. Julee, welcome to the podcast today. And I want to start out by allowing you to introduce yourself to the audience and tell them what you're all about.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Carol. As we always laugh about, it's always about the introduction. So I'll do my best. I am Dr. Julee. I am a functional medicine practitioner. I've done a lot of things in my career, primarily in the field of healthcare. And I run an organization called Doc Stress Busters, where I help people reduce the stress, get into the healthy parts of their retirement, because everybody is healthy, wealthy, and wise. So I know that people plan for their financial retirement, but how many of us prepare for that healthy retirement? So that's what I'm all about. And thanks so much for having me on the show.
Sure. Great thing. I could not do it. Functional medicine. I was a personal trainer for like 10 years. So I'm pretty, well averse or I know about functional training, functional medicine. I know about functional training, so I know about functional medicine. I'm so glad to have you here. So this podcast, as you know, is all about how to get more traffic to your website. So we're going to dive in with you and ask you, how do you get traffic to your website? Because I think it's relatively new, isn't it?
Yes, Carol, it is very, very new. I just opened for business officially October 1, so I'm real excited about that. Yay! And it's largely because of all the training and all the different things that you provide for me. You host a lot of my other healthcare sites. You've hosted a lot of different things, so that's a great service that you provide, and I'm so lucky. But in answer to your question, it's a lot of work, as you know.
Yeah.
Marketing and sales is a major thing. For example, right now in the month of October, I am running a wellness consult, which is going to be a review of your labs. Most people have blood labs, and I'm going to show you what your doctor has missed and how that impacts your weight and your health into retirement. So I'm going to be doing that for like a quick, easy peasy fee of $49. It's worth a lot more than that because you get a nice report out of it. It's a major thing. And we're coming to the holidays, unfortunately, to say that one more time. And I'm going to be having a Black Friday sale where I'm going to be doing some genetic testing. That will be a little more pricey because the test itself is pricey. However, if you want to know and get down and do a down and deep dive, I'll be offering that as well. So that's one way that people can drive traffic to their either Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or their website. That's only one of the things. And as you know, you've shown me so many things, and I hope you continue to show me some more.
Yes,
but I
definitely.
think,
Well, we have to. We have to. We have
and,
to.
and I think part of it too is that consistent posting, because that was an area where I know I didn't do it. I got to admit. So I'm really working hard this time to really make sure that I post things of interest, post things that people would like to see and like to do. So I hope you all go to Doc Stress Busters and put a comment in there, because I want to know if I'm hitting the mark or I may be off. You never know. That's what testing is all about.
Exactly. So how do you come up with the things that you're going to talk about, say, on social media, and get people to react to it versus the things that you're going to teach about when you have your webinars and stuff?
Yeah, well, they did do a study, interestingly enough. If you want to hit 1 million views, the answer is, drum roll here, puppy. Puppies is the answer. So if you have a puppy, do that. I don't have a puppy, so I'd have to rent a pup. That would be a problem. Anyway, most of the things I do are to announce something that I'm doing, which is, always interesting. I've done 5 webinars on the Fat Facts, where I talk a lot about weight loss and weight control in all the different markers. There's about 15 of them that I go over in little pieces. So that's one way I get people to listen, and I use that in my marketing as well. I have an upcoming one specifically on sleep, because those 15 are going to get broken down into more and more detail. But on October the 15th at 6:30, I'm going to be having those people come and learn a little bit more about why we need to sleep. And I'll tell you, if you work like an entrepreneur, like Carol does, like I do, sleep is an essential thing in our world.
I totally agree with that. So now you're deep into this world now. This was a Doc Stress Busters, and congratulations on that. But how did you start all this out? Where did all this come from?
I've been a healthcare practitioner for years and years and years. I've dealt with a geriatric population. I am a communications specialist. I've done that. I'm also done business and leadership. So I've done a lot of things. But what the bottom line to all this is all that training kind of homogenized together when I realized that most people that are into their retirement years, some of the people that I've seen, all the geriatric senior population, and those people are taking on average 14 medications a day. Yeah. Those people are noticing pain. Those people are going to the doctor for relief, and they're getting another medication. So one of the things I really believe in is health and wellness. Studied it for over 25 years. And I really want to help those people that are not getting the answers that they want to have. Are you heard? Are you being listened to? Does somebody listen to you and understand what you're saying? And, when the doc says, oh, yes, you're fine, see you in 3 months, guess what? That's a sign that you may need to be looking for other things like alternative medicine. Finding the root cause, dysfunctional medicine in a nutshell.
Definitely, because we need to be able. I have the story for you. Now, I was caretaker for my husband, after he had his stroke and all that. And I remember going to one of the doctor appointments. I mean, we went to several, as you can probably guess. But I remember going to one of the appointments with him. And I had looked something up online about some medication. I don't remember what it was. It was some medication.
Dr. Google.
I was doing Dr. Google, and all I wanted to do was ask him what his thoughts were about that. He got so offended He did not want to even look at what I was showing him or asking him. And I wasn't saying, do this, you should do that. I was like, what do you think about that? So I have an issue with our primary care physicians, or, our medical professionals that we put into our life, who don't even want to answer a question. Like they look at you like, you're questioning me. What are you talking about? But it's our life. How do we handle it? How do we get around that?
Yeah, it's a really hard thing, because think of it this way. Practitioners are usually part of organizations, and they are being pressed. I mean, I feel sorry for them. They're pressed to see. It used to be 20 patients a day. Now it's 30, 35, 40. I mean, depending on the practice, they want that revenue. And that is the issue right there. So how do you streamline your care? You get the person in and out as fast as possible. You use ancillary people to be able to do what they can to speed up the process. And, so they fly from room to room. And that's a real issue. I mean, so that's on their side. So what I used to do, and I would advise this to every single person, is I would take and sit down and think of the questions you want to ask when you get in that room. Remember that they have limited time, but nonetheless, write it all down, put the paper in the practitioner's hand and say, answer me two, pick out whatever two you want. Because if you open your mouth when they say, hey, Mrs. Jones, how you feeling today? And you say, fine, they'll say, great, you're doing great. See you in 2 months, 3 months.
That's true. That's true. I mean, they're trying to get in and out in like 5 minutes, do a total diagnostic, look at you, see how you're doing, look at all your pills. Bye. And you're like, wait a minute, nothing happened here.
And the thing is most of the elderly people that I see, they have the philosophy that, say God is the doctor, or the doctor is God, that's a big issue. And so that's a problem, because, they want to be respectful, and they understand that there's a medical teaching and whatnot. So, okay. I tell them, I said, I know you don't have a big voice, but we're going to give you a voice. We're going to put it on the paper and get you to go and say, yes, I'm going to do this. And so before he asks you how you are, stick that paper in his hand and say, or her, and do it. Because otherwise you're out of there. And then I've seen many family members, they're like, what just happened? And, like mother was supposed to ask about this blood. She's been having high blood pressure and the medicine isn't working. And, so what do you do? I mean, so I tell the people, and actually in some of the sessions that I work with them, I will sit them down and write that down, making sure that they have that paper, and then they get to go and do what they can, and hopefully, to follow up. So it is it's a hard thing, and like you said, Carol, you're the only one that's in your body. You know whether it hurts or not, and let me say this real quick about pain in general. Pain is the body's signal to the brain. Hey guys, there's something wrong here. There's something upsetting. So what do? You listen to that pain, and it tells you something. And it isn't always a medication. Sometimes it's finding out where the pain came from or why the pain came from. Tell you a real quick story. Matter of fact, a friend of a family member was having pain in their upper back, in the scapular region, which is this part up in the back of the shoulder, behind there. And they kept having this pain. Guess what? It turned out to be kidney cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And you think, oh, how would that relate? Well, the body is, the body is sending pain signals, and maybe he had other pain signals and the guy ignored it. Who knows? So he eventually had a kidney transplant. I mean, this is the kind of thing that happens. So be heard, be understood, be listened to when you go into that appointment. That's what functional medicine is all about. We have the time. We give a darn. I mean, not that the practitioner doesn't, but we have less patients, And then finally, we look at what can you do? What can you be involved in? How can we create that collaborative event when you go to that practitioner? And I see people virtually. So, I don't have that luxury. I don't always see them. I actually see them. But now with telehealth, it's a commonplace. So
yeah.
Same.
It used to be crazy. Oh, I'm going to see a doctor on the screen and they're going to tell me what to do. But I'm actually a member of a healthcare organization that they are all online. And then they have different practitioners in your local area that you can go see. And I think they just sent me a note that they're going to start doing house calls. What? People are going to come to your house? What kind of craziness is that? Yeah. So I want you to tell the people that are listening right now, what is the difference between what you're doing, functional medicine, and then traditional medicine? And then one caveat there, can they mix? Can they work together in harmony?
Truly, they should, but there's a lot of territorial stuff going on right now. Just so you know, we're all seeking the same clients, so that makes it a little bit of adversarial, relationship. The basic difference: traditional medicine uses drugs and some lifestyle changes to affect symptom reduction. So that's the big key, is all they're trying to do is solve the symptoms, treat the symptoms, and the quote unquote problem will go away. However, functional medicine looks at more details. Like, for example, we have a test called the GI maps. For those of you that are interested, it's a fabulous test. I've done it on myself because I feel so strongly. I wanted to know. And the stuff that it picks up is stuff that it's like, why am I having gas? Why am I having bloating? To get real down and dirty about this, your body's controlled by the gut system. So why don't we examine it? It's not a test that's paid for, and it's also functional medicine is mostly a cash-based process too, as well. And that's a big difference. We don't rely on insurance, so that's one thing. The other thing is we get into what is going on in that body. Do you have bacteria? Do you have inflammation? And then we look at supplements, and not just the kinds you buy at Walmart or CVS. We look at pharmaceutical grade items that are going to solve the problem. Is it going to kill that bacteria without an antibiotic? Is it going to strengthen the walls of the gut and the microbiome, which is what controls and how we process our food and get the nutrients out of it? That's called bioavailability. So all these things are so important, and the docs, just quite frankly, they don't have the time. Plus, remember, most medical students do not learn about nutrition. That's just maybe a 10-minute course. They also don't learn about swallowing. They don't learn about therapy. They don't learn about, all kinds of different things. And we do them all. So that's what we look at.
That's so interesting, because I remember when I was personal training years ago, I was actually a personal trainer for 10 years. And one of the biggest things that the doctors would tell us is that we don't get this training in medical school. We don't know anything about weight loss, building your muscles, keeping yourself healthy. We just worry about how many pills we can give you to make you feel better or to take care of whatever symptom. And I know that's why and this was years ago, and I know a lot of doctors were frustrated with that. So you're thinking about today, I know they're even more frustrated because there are certain things they can't do, certain things they don't have time to do. And I think that's where you guys kind of that's where you actually fill in the gap. So number one, you can actually have a conversation with somebody who knows what they're talking about. And number two, I think that you can help them by creating a specific customized program for them that they can follow, and they know it's for them. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is individualized. And, when we talk about things like, especially because I do weight loss, and that especially, not all people lose weight from all products. That's why we have White Washers. We have Jenny Craig. Are they the best programs? Maybe yes, maybe no. Will you lose weight on them? Yes, for a while. But then there's the issue of, maintenance and rebound. Are you going to gain it all back? Well, that's one of the biggest frustrations in some of the things that we do. And is semaglutide and GLP-1, are they really safe for you? Well, they have their place. It depends on how much you want to use. It depends on all these other factors. Remember, type 2 diabetes comes from too much weight. Okay. A lot of times it sends all of your body out of whack because your body's trying to get this, this weight to be, understood or practiced. The other thing is think about now they have what's called type 3 diabetes.
What? Oh my goodness.
Type 3 diabetes is dementia. Okay. And it comes from things like it adds to the problem of lifestyle problems where you sit on your fanny all day and we're on computers much more. We don't exercise. We don't eat right. So pretty soon the brain doesn't get the nutrients and the bioavailability that it needs in our bodies. So when we go and we take that, vitamin from Walmart, I hate to pick on Walmart, but there's a lot of other ones too. But you see the ads, everybody's rushing to Walmart to buy whatever it is. Do you know what's in that stuff? No, I can guarantee you don't. And the funny thing is I used to think that I could just go to any store and buy, whatever vitamin, and it was fine. Guess what? It's not. You don't know what's in them. It can be sawdust. It can be products that you don't even want to put in your body, let alone. And I'm not talking about the freaky people that are like counting, every microgram and whatever. I'm talking about.
Well, they're not regulated. A lot of the stuff isn't regulated. So yeah, it's hard.
So you need companies, like Designs for Health, like Full Script, like these are companies that do the business of protecting the public. And yes, they cost a little more, I hate to tell you, but do you want it to work, or do you want to just, you can just take the bottle and just flush it down the toilet? You might as well do that if you're doing that. Bioavailability, can the body use it, or is it going to be seen as a foreign substance and excreted right out? So these are all these things that, and I'll be real honest with you and your audience. I was so blind when I was a lot younger. As I've gotten older, I never knew. And the stuff that we eat and the stuff we put in our bodies and I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. No, you can eat that. Now I'm finding out, oh my Lord, look at this stuff.
Yeah, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Don't do that. Yeah.
Just say no, stop.
Yes, no, stay away from that.
And that is so critical. You want to be healthy, you got to do it the right way. Sorry.
You do. And I think going to see you is one of the right ways that you can do. So Dr. Julee, I know that you have a challenge for our people, our audience who is listening. What is your challenge that you would say, that you would give to them that they could probably do, pretty quickly, but it's still going to put them in the right direction to get in their self in order?
I would say the first thing I would do if I was starting from scratch, I think that's the challenge you're trying to make me come up with. And I'll actually have to post about this as well. So thank you for the good marketing tip. As always, Carol is right on it. What I'd like to see everybody do is, as you are looking through your cabinets in your kitchen, look and see what you got in there. And look and see if you can read the label. If you can read the label, like sugar, salt, onion powder, all these things. If you can read those words, chances are it's probably you can save it. We won't say it's perfect, but at least you start there. If you read diphenhydrochloromonamine, that you can't even pronounce it. If you can't pronounce it, guess what? It's a chemical. Throw it away. And especially check for those preservatives, because a lot of people that are suffering from gastric problems are very sensitive to these preservatives. It may not be gluten. It may not be something. It may be preservatives. If you do it the right way and the safe way, you may be able to put that bread or that pasta back in your diet. But again, you got to know what you're putting in your body. So start there, and then find a functional medicine practitioner in your area and go see them. and I have office hours. I'm going to actually be starting some office hours, probably Thursday afternoon. So you can stop by and just check in and say, hey, I got this. I don't know, what would you do if? And then I'm going to, obviously I'm going to say you need a full assessment, but let's just start you somewhere. Let's get you moving.
Let's start. Yes. I love that. Dr. Julie, thank you so much for coming on today and spreading this wealth of knowledge that you had, because you're taking me back to my personal trainer days when I used to talk with doctors and, medical professionals all the time. I still do for myself and my husband, but not so much for others, because I'm not in the personal training thing. I'm in the marketing thing now, but just it takes me back. I'm very happy about that. Tell people how they can find you online.
Super fantastic. Thank you so much. Everything's kind of getting started, and Carol's my girl. She's gonna take good care of me. You will see I have a platform on Facebook. It is Doc Stress Busters on Facebook. And I also have a personal site where I'm posting a lot of the similar things and things like that. And you'll see us. You're also oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, Carol, in December, you'll see a series on food as medicine. So especially right for the holidays, because we're always going to be eating a little more. So we're going to talk about food and that kind of thing. But that will be Dr. Julie at Doc Stress Busters. So I've got both of them. One's the personal, one's the business. So stop by, visit. You'll be seeing a website, a new website soon. And you can look for all the links to book your call. The links are all in there throughout the whole thing. And feel free, or drop me a DM and I'm glad to answer a question. So.
Great. Thank you. Now, everybody take her advice. First of all, you need to do that challenge. Go look in your medicine cabinet. Go look in your refrigerator. Go look in your cabinets. Can you pronounce the things? Now, your medicine cabinet, you probably won't be able to pronounce some of those things. I don't know why I said medicine cabinet.
Maybe.
Go look in your pantry. Go look in your refrigerator. If you can't pronounce the ingredients that are in your food, you probably want to think about getting rid of that stuff. That is my challenge. That is our challenge to you, to do that. And believe me, you'll feel a lot better when you know what's going on. And
to find holidays.
Yes, just for the holidays. Yes, definitely.
Holiday gift to yourself.
A gift to yourself. Better health all around. And then look for Doc Stress Busters. She is coming online really soon with her new website. But go to Facebook and you can find her. And she's very good about communicating with you, answering your questions and all of that. So thanks everyone for joining in. Woo, thank you so much for being a part of this, Dr. Julie, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.
Thanks for having me.
Is your website ready for prime time? When your ideal prospects land on your website, do they see the true professional you are, or are they greeted by a site that's not quite ready for prime time? For 30 years, we've helped coaches and service providers transform their online presence into powerful client-attracting machines. As a premier website designers in the Atlanta area, we don't just build websites, we create conversion engines that work for you 24/7. Why choose CSI for your WOW website? We're experts in authority marketing. We help you convert web visitors into paying clients with our proven unmarketing strategy. We offer complete protection. We'll work hard to keep your website safe from hackers and accessible to all. And we offer purpose-driven results, custom designed for coaches and service providers who want to make a real impact. If you're ready to make an impact with your website, download our free WOW Website Planner today. Inside this planner, it'll give you all the information you need to create your own WOW website. Whether you use us or someone else, you need a WOW website that converts web visitors into paying clients. So go to csicorporation.com/planner right now and download the free WOW Website Planner. Did you enjoy that interview? I bet you did. Wasn't it just in time for the holiday madness that Dr. Julie reminded you to take care of yourself, put yourself on the front burner, and think about your health care and your self-care. I love it. I love everything about functional medicine. Like I said, I was a trainer for 10 years, so I know about functional training and functional medicine, and it really puts the control in your hands. And we need a lot more control these days, right? So right now it's client spotlight time, and the
client that I'm spotlighting is Michelle Feltes. I know I spotlighted Michelle a couple of episodes ago, but I needed to do it again because number one, I mispronounced her name. Her name is Feltes. It looks like Phelps, but it's Feltes. And all this time we've been working together, I've been saying it wrong, probably because I never said her last name to her. And I did apologize to her. And she was like, yes, it's Feltes. So I'm so happy that I got that. And I got a chance to redo. And the reason I'm bringing her back to Spotlight is because her book, Legitimizing the New Hustle, Creating People First Workplaces, hit bestseller not only in the Kindle version, but in the not only in the Kindle version, but in the paperback version as well. And she's my first client that has done that, gotten bestseller in the paperback and the Kindle version. I am so proud of her. But it's no wonder because that book is simply awesome. It talks about how companies and people who are marginalized or don't get the opportunities that everybody else have. Maybe they've done a stint in prison, or maybe they have drug and alcohol abuse in their life, or maybe they just have never gotten that chance that they needed to do the stuff that they wanted to do. So she gets these employers together to create space in their business to bring these people in, not shun them, not saying, no, because you're not this or not that, you can't be a part of my company. They are accepting and they are changing their workspace environment to accommodate people of all colors, all races, all cultures, or whatever you call it. They're just accepting. And these employers should be, get a big round of applause for what they're doing. And Michelle Feltes and her husband, Dean, are doing an awesome job with their company, One City, and their program Momentum. And she did this book. And I'm just so proud and honored that I had a chance to work with her and to help her bring this book out. And now she's bestseller. Yay! So go and grab your copy at peoplefirstworkplaces.com. You won't regret it at all.
Hey there, would you like to be a guest on the Unmarket Your Business podcast? Simple. All you need to do is go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast.
So are you ready for your spotlight? Be on the lookout. All you need to do is be awesome by either being a client or by letting me know that you used, did, or followed the advice you heard here or on a previous episode. Post it on social media and be sure to tag me at CSI Corporation and use the hashtag #BestUnmarketingStrategy, and you may find yourself in the spotlight right here. All right, so let's recap what the episode was about, what the interview was about with Dr. Julee Hafner. Number one, doctors are busy in the U.S. Write out your questions and have a list ready for them so you can get your questions answered right away, because they're only going to give you about 10, 15 minutes and then they're going to the other one. Number two, be involved in your self-care and healthcare. You only have one life. You better make it your best life. And remember that Dr. Julee can create a customized plan for you. And don't forget about her challenge that she has. And that was to look in your cabinet, your medicine cabinet, your refrigerator, any kind of cabinet, wherever you keep food or medicate, well, mainly food, wherever you keep food, and see if you challenge yourself to see if you can read those ingredients or if you even understand what those words are. Are they simple, like onion, salt, pepper, or are they some long word you can't even pronounce? Maybe it's time to get rid of those things. And when you go shopping again, make sure that you can understand what those ingredients are, because like I said, you only have one life, so take care of yourself, right?
Would you like to get free coaching from me? Simple. All you need to do is go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast.
Now, this is the book that you guys need to get right now. It's called Prayers and Inspirations for Mompreneurs. This book is all about inspiring and motivating mompreneurs with prayers and inspiration and inspirational stories so that they can keep going. Because, entrepreneur life is hard. You know what I'm saying? Every day there's something going on. You got to put out fires here, put out fires there. Just like I said, I felt like, I was being like, rushed, and I didn't want to do the thing that I really did want to do, but I had to put it off because it's just not enough of me. So this book is all about inspiring mompreneurs to be their best, to do their best, and number one, to keep going. It's me and I believe it's 4 other entrepreneurs who are on here, and they're each sharing their story about their moms. I share my story about my mother who was, my number one cheerleader till my husband came along, and they were both like right up there. Unfortunately, my mom passed away only a couple months after we were married. So she's been gone from this earth for 30 years, but she was my inspiration because she was an entrepreneur. My grandmother was an entrepreneur and my great grandmother was an entrepreneur. So I had no choice. I had to be an entrepreneur as well. And I love the life, but sometimes it gets a little rough and we need some help to keep going. So go get the book. You can find your copy at csicorporation.com/mom book. One word, mom book. So as we end this out, I want to thank Dr. Julee Hafner for being a super guest. And then next week, you got me here, and I'm going to be talking about turning podcast pitfalls into biz success. Did your first attempt at podcasting fail? Or is your podcast not doing as good as you thought it would? Is it not bringing the revenue in like you think it should, like it could? So I'm going to go over all those pitfalls and show you how you can flip that around and make your podcast a success and bring in revenue and clients for you. So I want you to stick around for that. And that'll be great. That is the episode for next week. Now, be sure to leave a review about this episode if you found it valuable for you and if it helped you in some way. Also, I'd love it if you would like it. Maybe share it with your peeps, your friends, your audience. If you feel like this is something that you want to keep up with, because I got some other great episodes coming out, and you're also free to check the other episodes that I've done previously, because this is episode number 164. So I got a lot going on. I would love for you to subscribe. I've got some great episodes coming up, and I would love for you to be part of them or make me part of your business in helping you to succeed. I love that. So thanks so much. Bye for now. Have a happy holiday. I will be on next week with that one, and we'll be broadcasting through the rest of the year. So I got some great episodes for you. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Unmarket Your Business podcast. Heard something you want to take action on? Great. Check out the show notes on unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Please do me a favor and leave a review or on whatever platform you use to access this podcast. It really helps us to spread the word and get this podcast in front of the entrepreneurs that need it. See you next episode.